What is up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Come on in, family. Come on in, family. Come on in. Come on in. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Come on, come on, come on. Y'all been asking for it. Guess what? We back.
That's right.
Yes, yes, yes. Y'all already know. My name is Reverend James H. Glover III. I'm here with my sisters, Miss Sarah Renee from. Tell them what podcast you from, sis.
The Blemish Beauty Podcast.
And I'm with my sister, Tweet Talks. Y'all already know where she's coming from, but I'll let her tell y'all again.
Yes, y'all. It's your girl Tweet Talks, and my podcast is available on all major networks: Spotify, iHeartRadio, and anywhere you know it is a podcast. Go ahead and check your girl out.
And look, this is their first show as official members of It's a Vibe. So y'all, let's just come in and let's jail and let's vibe tonight, y'all. Let's just vibe tonight. We got a great topic for y'all. Sis, one of y'all tell them what we talking about tonight. Whichever one wants to
Go
tell them what
ahead,
we're
Tweet.
talking
I'll let you
about.
do it.
So tonight's topic is here, but tonight's topic is dating. Is it easier for women or for men? That's what we're talking about for tonight. So, just to break it down a little bit, what we're talking about when you say that is y'all know there's a lot of issues out here in the dating pool today. So, basically, a lot of times men say it's rough out here. Dating is so difficult. Then you have the women saying the same thing. The dating is difficult. So we're gonna vibe tonight and talk about it a little bit and talk about which is more difficult, dating for the men or for the women.
I'll let my sisters go first tonight. Which one do y'all say is more difficult? Because y'all know how I'm coming.
I said we got it worse than y'all.
Explain,
So,
please. Explain. Explain.
I
go
say
ahead,
y'all
sis,
got
drop
it
some
worse.
gems,
Well,
cause
we got it worse than y'all because um when we show up correct. 9 times out of 10, we're showing up to the table with stuff to offer other than physicality, right? So we're showing up healed most of the time. We're showing up working. We're showing up with our own place. We're showing up not not only being able to take care of ourselves, but being able to take care of other little people as well, or in some cases, grown little people as well. So, in most cases, what we get is the total opposite, the bare minimum. But then we get the question of what are we bringing to the table when the person asking the question brings absolutely nothing. So, that's why I say we have it worse than y'all because at least y'all have something valuable to decide from, and we don't.
All right, Tweet, you tell me
okay,
what you
so
think.
yeah, because I'm getting ready to drop some gems. Okay, so in addition to what she said, a lot of times it's more difficult for females because men are they're physical. So a man can look at a woman, you know what I mean, and he decide, you know what, I'm going in for the kill. I want that. He may not be serious, he may not have any serious
Mm.
intentions, but statistically, the man is supposed to be the hunter. So a lot of time for us women that are not going to do it, the men can kind of just pick out who they want, and when they pick out who they want, they can also pick out who they want to throw back in the sea.
Mhm.
So I think it's very difficult for women. And the reality of it is when it comes to the kind of guys that a female would want to date, you know, a lot of times it's difficult, not just because of the reality that it's slim pickings. It's slim pickings out here. If you really think about it, it's like 5 women to one man, and that female a lot of times has to make a choice. She got to make a choice and say, okay, am I going to be one of the 5 women, or am I going to chill and be like, nah, I'm good. Y'all can have him, you know? So,
Mhm.
James, what's it like for the male? Speak on the male perspective.
For the fellas, I'm gonna be real. A lot of y'all women make it hard on the man today because y'all come at us wanting us a lot of times. I'm not saying all women, but a lot of these women are wanting a man to make a 6 or 10 figure income. They're wanting a man that is gonna pay for everything for them. They're looking for a man that is gonna support them. They're looking for a man that is going to do all these lavish things for him. And if he can't do it, then some other man will. So it's harder for a man because if we don't have our is together from jump, then guess what? We probably ain't got sense with you.
But see, this is my thing. I think if a man is honest with a woman when he first meets her and tells her his honest and true situation, instead of, because let's talk about it. When you think about online dating, because I've tried it before, you think about online dating. When you see, from a female's perspective, when you see the men, a lot of the men got, they've got fancy cars, they're dressed to a T, they're dressed the way you would never really see them. And just to be honest, women do the same thing. But I feel like when it comes to what a man portrays is a little bit different. Normally he's got on a lot of jewelry, or he's got something that's going to be what would be like a magnet for the woman. And then when the woman starts to require certain things, it's like, oh, she's a gold digger. She's this, she's that. Well, you got all this stuff. You know what I mean? It's like you got all this stuff out here that's supposed to be luring luring the woman in. So when she gets lured in, now what? Now what is she lured into? She's lured into this. I'm a person that believes when you first meet somebody, you're meeting a representative. You're not really meeting a true person. So, he's
Mhm.
got all these things that lure him in. And then when she's interested in what you have used to lure her in, now I don't want to be bothered with her. She's a gold digger. You have to be careful about the way you portray yourself. And a lot of men do that. A lot. So all the men that's watching, y'all tap in if I'm saying something wrong.
I, I I would agree with that. A lot of men do because we bring to the table what we think y'all want.
I think
So
that's the worst thing.
if we see a woman that is a dime as top of the line, we know we cannot come up and half stepping. So we're gonna make it look like we got our stuff together. We can't let her know that we struggling right now. Because if we let her know we struggling, guess what? You probably going to the friend zone.
I'm gonna bring up a saying that I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard before, and I just forgot it. It basically it says when you meet somebody at your worst, sometimes that's the best time to meet a person. When you, like, for us women, Sheree, I'm sure you witnessed this. Like, when you're on the street and you meet a guy and you got like sweatpants on and a t-shirt, you like, oh, okay, I wasn't even,
Right.
coming out with my best
Mhm.
look. I'm just running to the store, nothing really. And then when you meet this person and you are not at your best, this person tends to stick with you in your head a little bit more because you like, okay, I didn't have to zhuzh up or anything. So I think, and then for women do it too, because I'm gonna tell you why women do it. A lot of times when women put provocative pictures up or, things like that, they lure the man in, and then when he's got a goal, you can't get mad, because that's what you're portraying.
I I would agree with that because a lot of times men are giving you what we think y'all want.
But men, I think it's good for a man to just, cause sometimes you gotta, it'll mean a lot to a woman. If you meet a guy and he's not where he wants to be, first, if he's showing that he's aiming, he's got some goals set up and he's moving towards his goals. The other thing is, he may not be what he wants to be, but you see he making a conscious effort and he's being honest with you. He's being honest with you. Listen, this is my situation. Or, hey, look, I like these kind of things. Don't get it twisted, to think that everything's all good with me because everything is not. You know what I mean? This is what you kind of respect the honesty of that person a little bit better. Because I'm tell you a secret. When a man puts himself in a situation where he looks like he's got a lot going on for himself and he doesn't, what he does is he forces that female to do the same. And a woman is not gonna do it the way a man gonna do it. She gonna look like, you know what I mean? If she gotta get her some knockoffs or whatever she gotta do, she's gonna do it. So
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. So
y'all
sorry, what you
y'all
think? What you think?
y- y'all gonna have to hold on for just a second for me.
All right. Me and sis will hold it down. What you think, sis?
I do agree to some extent in regards to the representative. I feel like nowadays social media has put such a stress on the aesthetics. um, they don't focus on the true authenticity of a person. And that is what creates long lasting relationships. So now we get focused on what you're driving, how much you make, where can you take me out to eat. I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and the lady said that if a man takes her to a coffee date on the first date, 9 times out of 10, she won't move forward with him because of the type of caliber of woman she is. She said it without saying it, that a coffee date for the first date is beneath her. She wants to go to a certain type of restaurant. And I just think that is insane because
See, for me,
that's
continue,
just ridiculous. Like,
continue.
what if that, to me, I mean, we've all had the superficial expectations of what we want for a first date. But
Hmm.
as you get older, maturity starts to hit, and it's like, why would I want to sit up in a restaurant? First of all, okay, let's just say this is our first time meeting. We're talking on the phone, everything's good. And then when we get in person, it's an awkwardness there because we vibe on the phone, but we don't vibe in person. So at least with the
Come on,
coffee date, we can hit it and quit it, no pun intended, and get it out
none
the
taken.
way and then move on to the next, as opposed to a dinner. Now I have to sit here with you, fake that I like you or you fake that you like me. And it's just an awkwardness there for at least an hour or two. So I think it's an individual thing. It depends on the person. And I think you just have to find the one that matches your swag, basically.
See, for me, on the other hand, I'm that dude that I'm gonna take you to a coffee date for the first date, just out of spite, just to kind of see how you're gonna act out on a coffee date.
Hmm.
Like if you look like that type, if you look like that type that might be a little bougie, you know what I mean? I'm taking you to a coffee date first, just to kind of see how you're gonna react to a coffee date. Because if you acting like you too good for a coffee date, yo, guess what? You ain't my type of woman.
But shouldn't those conversations be had prior to you meeting though? Like I feel like that should be a conversation that you have. Like, okay, what is your ideal first date? Or what type of things do you like to do? Are you a breakfast person, a lunch person? Like these are certain things that you, well, I know that's what I ask. These are certain things that you should ask a person
I
to
would
kind of get a
agree.
feel on how you would maneuver, when you're deciding to take them out.
I would agree. But here's the thing on that. You know, like I know, when you first meet a person, they bring in their best representation for it. So
Yeah.
when we on the phone and we having that conversation, you're gonna say what you think that I want to hear. You're not gonna give me that spare, unadulterated truth of what I really need to hear. You're gonna tell me it's like going to a job interview. When you go on that job interview and that job tells you, yo, we paying you this much an hour. If you really want that job,
You telling
at
them
first you're gonna
anything.
be like, "Oh yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you, thank you, thank you."
Yeah.
Uh, we only gonna give you this many days vacation. You know what? I don't even need a vacation anyway. It's fine.
Yeah. That's true.
So it's like if you really are wanting that man or that woman, you're gonna tell them whatever it is they need to hear to get what you want. I have seen it done time after time.
Mhm.
And I've seen some people actually do that where they was like, yo, we gonna tell this woman everything that she wants to hear. And 9 times out of 10, the woman will believe it. And then after a while, that man would start becoming his true self. I have a friend of mine that is dating a guy, and I told her from jump, don't do it. Don't do it. Because the guy's a good friend of mine. So I know
Mhm.
the type of dude he is. I'm like, sis, don't do it. Don't do it. She was like DW from Arthur, that little meme. I'm gonna find out for myself.
Mhm.
All right, go on ahead, find out. Now she over there like, why didn't you tell? Don't come at me. I
You put that on
told
yourself.
you,
Exactly.
don't do it. I told you. So getting back on the topic, I feel like men have it a little bit harder because of the simple fact we have to be everything that a woman is needing. Because in biblical times, if we want to go with the biblical standpoint on things, the man is the provider.
Right.
So if the man is the provider, he got to make sure that his home is right, he's right, and his family is right. If any one of them things falls off, people are looking at that man like, man, you ain't standing on business. You ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing as a man. And another man looks at that and is like, oh, if he ain't doing it, bet I will. I'll show him how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah, because those men are doing it already. Like you like okay, like for example, a female, she's already well, a real one. She's already taking care of herself. She's already doing the basic necessities, paying her bills, going to work every day, taking care of the kids, cooking, cleaning, whatever, all the things. So when she gets into a relationship with what's the word I'm looking for? When she gets into a relationship with a grown man, he comes in and assists. Like it's supposed to be a support team, like tag you're it, and then sometimes she gets tagged in. But you both should be coming into the relationship already doing those things. So it's not like it should be a stressor where oh I gotta do this and now I gotta do that. That's because before they come into the relationship, they're not doing that. So of course it feels like, okay, now I gotta provide, I gotta this, I gotta that, because it wasn't doing that on their own. They was living with mommy or doing something else. So now they meet a woman who has kids and it's a different type of requirement because nobody want to play with you if they got their own child to be dealing with. I'm not taking care of your mother's child, which is you.
In the words of K. Michelle, you can't raise a man.
That part.
But there's a lot of women that are trying to do that. They are seeing the red flags, green or the yellow signs, and they're like, "Oh, those aren't for me. I'm gonna run on through them anyway." I even had dudes that I know that have told their woman, "I'm not ready for a relationship yet," and the woman has said, "Oh, that's because you hadn't met me."
So okay,
Sis,
let me tell you about
sis,
that. I
this
got a story
man
for that.
has told you,
I got
I'm
a
not
story
ready
for
for a
that.
relationship.
I got a story for that.
Okay.
Okay, so whoever didn't watch Love Is Blind, I'm about to spoil it. So if I were you, I would pause, go somewhere else, watch it, and then come back. So Love Is Blind is a show that's on Netflix, and basically these people sign up for this love experiment, right? So they go into this experiment and to meet in the hopes to meet their wife or husband, fall in love with this person without physically seeing this person. So they go into these rooms, they call them pods, and there is a wall in between the two people,
Hmm.
right? So they have, I think, about 10 days. They have 10 days to meet this person, vibe with this person, talk to this person, get to know this person. And at the point of that 10th day, they decide, okay, I'm going to marry this person, I'm going to propose to this person, and then we're going to move forward to the next phase of the process. So, this one particular couple, a black couple, the guy has trauma. He already came in the process with the trauma. Why he came in with trauma, that's beyond the point, but that's what people do. Knowing that they're not healed, they still into these dating sites. They still want to be in relationships. They still want the benefits of relationships, but knowing that they're not healed, right? So he tells the girl, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to be all that you need because my father was a cheater. And I'm scared that that might rub off on me, generationally.
Right.
So she feels like she can be, Captain Saver, and love him anyway. Let me pour into him. Let me continue to shower him with affection and do all the things. So they decide to move forward, get engaged. They meet each other face to face. They like each other, and then they move to the next phase of the process. The next phase of the process is meeting the parents, meeting the families, and then going to the altar. Once they get to the altar, they have to decide, are they going to say yes or are they going to say no? They show up to the altar. She says yes, absolutely. At that moment, he tells her, I love you, but I can't say yes to you
Mm.
because I feel like I'm going to do you a disservice if I walk into a marriage knowing that I'm not all the way together. Now she's at this altar devastated. She's like,
But
how
this
could
man
you
then
do this to
told
me?
you.
He done told exactly. That's what I'm saying. We always hear because y'all will tell us in the beginning what it is that you want. You'll tell us in the beginning who you are. But because we like you so much and we're focused on the potential and all the things, we'll bypass all of that. And then we'll get into a space years later, maybe after marriage, after kids, or whatever. And then we're just so devastated when you told us from the beginning.
Right.
I think I think the fact that he told, even if he didn't tell her in the beginning, like you can be dating somebody and they will, reveal, like as you get to know somebody, they'll reveal certain things about themselves, but you'll really never know the magnitude of it until you've gotten to know them for a while. Like a person can tell you, um, like I was dating somebody one time that told me that they're selfish. I was like, okay, well, maybe he don't like to share his plate of food. Like, just don't dip my fork over there. You know what I mean?
Right,
Or,
right,
when it comes time to giving gifts, maybe he's just gonna be a little tightwad on it.
right.
But a lot of times when people are saying that, they're getting it from somebody that they were with. Like one of the things I try
Okay.
to do when I'm dating somebody is I ask this question, and it sounds strange, but I may say to him, "So what have you heard about yourself?" And
That's good.
when you say that, it's like you have to basically, I want you to tell me maybe some of
What
the
other
reasons
people said.
why, yeah, what other people have said,
Hmm.
what your, past relationships have ended, just tell me what have you, and then I'll tell what they, they usually ask the same thing. But I think that a lot of times you don't really know the magnitude. Like in this situation, a guy is saying, that you said he used to cheat, or his dad was a cheater.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he said his dad was a cheater. So she's thinking, well, maybe, as some of us women do, because some of us women believe because he's doing it to her, he won't do it to me. So maybe his mom wasn't a good wife. Maybe his mom, you know, maybe he had a
Making
reason for it,
excuses. Hmm.
make excuses exactly instead of just
Hmm.
hearing what this person is saying. And it sounds like that's what she did. She heard what he was saying, but she was like, well, maybe because, I was actually watching a podcast with April Mason. I don't know if she's a social media
Oh
life
yeah,
coach
yeah, yeah.
maybe.
Yep. I know who you
And she
talking
was
about.
saying that a lot of us women just see ourselves as being so fantastic that we can get this man to change. And
Yeah.
I think that's the worst thing that you can do. Like you have to accept the person for where they are. You can't say, you know what,
Absolutely.
he's saying he was a cheater. Well, he wouldn't cheat on me because we're so happy. We're like best friends, or we're this and we're that. No, he's telling you something that you need to open up your ears and hear, and you need to intake it because eventually it's going to show up again. So I think that's kind of neat to meet somebody and decide you'll marry them in 10 days.
I
That's
can't do
Yeah,
it.
interesting.
I can't do it. I
it's a
can't do
it's
it.
I love the show because if you pay attention to the premise of the show, you'll learn a lot. But people just focus on the, oh, it's 10 days and stuff. That's what you're really supposed to be um
Aiming
liking a
for.
person for. Yeah, like you're supposed to want to
Yeah.
know who they are to their core. So you have 10 days without any distractions, without any phones, without knowing what they look like. So you can't physically see what they look like because your aesthetics will give them a yes or a no. That's why
Hmm.
God put Adam to sleep, because if Adam had a say and what Eve looked like, she probably would have had bigger boobs or a big butt or some long hair or whatever
Yes,
the case may
Lord.
be.
Yes,
So he
Lord.
put
Yes,
him to
Lord.
sleep to
Yes,
show
Lord.
you that it has to
Oh, I'm
be
sorry.
it has to be the flesh has to be out of it. The flesh has to be out of it. Like it has to be a soul connection. Like, but we done got so far past that. Like, if he don't have no six pack and he not 6 feet and he not, girl, we don't do it.
I think as you get older, you start to do it. Like when you're
Yeah.
young, like I remember back in my high school days when I was in New York, like if you ain't come pick me up in a fly car from school, it wasn't no chance. You had to, and you better pull up at the front entrance.
So
Don't pull
everybody can see
around
you
back.
getting in the car.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm going to bath real quick, put my little lip gloss on, get my book bag together, and I'm coming. And you better be in the very front. Yeah. So I got a question, y'all. So we were talking about meeting a family, and at what point do you reveal who you're dating to the world? Family, friends, to the world.
Y'all want me to go first or y'all?
Please do, sir.
Now, y'all already know how I've told y'all how I'm doing it. For me, now, people are gonna know that I'm in a relationship. They're gonna know it. But it ain't for social media to know who, because at the end of the day, I do so much on social media.
Yeah.
I do everything for social media. I want something that is strictly for myself, because the minute I post a photo of this girl,
It's a wrap.
the minute I put that this is who I'm dating, boom, 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 my inbox flooded. Yo, I used to do this with her. I used to do that with her. She used to be this. She used to be that. Her inbox flooded. Oh, he used to do this. He used to do that. He was in my inbox a couple months. Ma'am, sir, fall back. That's why for me, I have said, until my relationship is secure, and I know that like ain't no breaking this up, social media ain't gonna know. I'm that type that will make you think that I'm in a relationship and the whole time be single.
What?
Mm.
Explain that.
Yes, we can really dig in that one.
Because my thing is this: if you really for me and you really interested, or if I'm really interested in you, yo, my Facebook ain't gonna. I don't have to post on Facebook like, yo, I'm single. I'm single. I'm single. I'm single. Because once you post on Facebook that you single or that you're doing this or you're doing that, then guess what? That inbox starts flooding with people that you don't need or people that you don't want. My thing is, let me post to the way of You don't know if I'm in a relationship or if I'm single. That way, I can truly pray to see, yo, is this the person that I really need to go after? Is this a purpose partner or is this a playmate?
Now, I wasn't really vibing with you at the beginning. I really wasn't. But towards the end, okay, because you know
He reeled
my
you in.
wheels, yeah, yeah. Because at the beginning I was like, no, but I get it because I feel like okay, there's a difference to me between revealing to your family, friends, and the world.
Now, see, family and friends, I'm doing that, but then if we've been dating for a while, right, like over 2 or 3 months, I'm revealing that to my family and my friends without a doubt.
See, to me, if I reveal it to my family and friends, I don't want him to do that. And the reason for that is because my
Wait,
fam,
huh?
She about
yeah,
to explain. She about to explain.
yeah,
Hold on,
yeah,
let
yeah.
her
I,
go.
look at, I see Sheree's face. She's like, "Come on, sis." So this is
Make that
my
make
thing.
sense.
I'm gonna tell you, my family and my friends are on Team D, Team Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
As
so
they
I can
should
go
be.
to them as they should be, right? So if I go to them and I tell them, okay, this is who I'm dating, we seen each other, blah blah blah. Um, and I go back to them and tell them it's a wrap. Your existence has actually evaporated. It's completely gone. But when he goes and tells his family, when I'm done or he's done, they still, they still think that
Linger.
they still linger. They still think that, there's still something going on. Or so if I feel, and I know I'm the kind of person that if it's not serious, I don't need to tell anybody because I know myself, and I know that I have a low tolerance for things. But if I tell my peoples, you ain't got to tell your peoples anything because I don't want it to linger. When it's old, it's old. You
Mm,
know,
I get what you're saying.
you
I get
know.
that.
For example, you go into a restaurant, and you see somebody that you used to date. In your mind, you know the reason why you left them alone, and you know that it's old. Okay, but their family sees you, and they still think maybe she's
Oh,
looking over here. That's such and
that's
such. Who is
that's
she
in
with?
law. That's in law.
Right. And you're like, no. And I had a very valid reason why I walked away from that situation. And so I just feel like, you know,
Man, I I can agree with that. I can agree with that because, and I'm not saying this to brag or anything like that. Any person that I have ever dated, their family still loves me to this day.
Yeah. Same
hmm
here.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Normally the ones that don't know the real reason why I walked away.
Hmm.
So if they think bad of me, it's because they weren't told the true story. They were told something,
They was told the story that that
y-
person wanted them to hear,
yeah.
but so
So let
wait,
me
I'm gonna let you go. Let
okay.
our sister go real quick.
Okay.
Well, for me, uh, because I have a small child, I
Hmm.
would not have them around my child right away. I definitely will want to wait till there is a proper foundation before I introduce them to my child. But my mom, the people that I deem credible, I would definitely have them meet him in some capacity because 9 times out of 10, mom can tell BS a mile away. And usually, when she's not liking a person, she's spot on. So they're going to meet my mom. They're going to go to church with me. There's going to be certain things that I do first. And if they could check off those boxes, they'll move forward in the process. But if they can't, then on to the next.
Now see, this is me. When it comes to the children, age is important because this is my thing. If we are dating each other and I have a small child that does not talk yet,
Right.
then we can hang out around each other. Maybe movie night, maybe go somewhere and get something to eat. Um, because I think it's healthy for children to see their parents around the opposite sex without there being any intimacy. Teaches them that you can be friends, or that this is a friend of mine, or that, it doesn't have to be intimate. But sometimes I think it's important for the other person to get an idea of what your home life is like. Because I feel like sometimes when you date somebody and they don't know what your home life is really like, they can gather their own thoughts about who you are, and it may not be correct. You may see this person, in an outside environment, and you see them looking good, and they're kind of calm and put together, and then you see them at home and you like, they don't stop moving, they frantic, they on the phone telling the bill collectors what they think and how they thinking and what's going to happen next. And they might be like, this wasn't, who is
I
this?
didn't sign up for
The
this.
woman, yeah, the woman I know, she's not a, what is it, she's
I'm
not a,
lucky for Bud.
yeah, yeah, she's not. And she's on a, telling the bill collector how it is, and she getting ready to put her shoes on and roll up on them. So I think it's important for a person to really see, who you genuinely are. I mean, I know that's something that I need to see.
Okay. I'm gonna give y'all a scenario real quick. Here we go.
Okay.
This is the first scenario of the night because y'all know I'll be coming with these.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
all right, here we go. So, you've been dating this dude for about 5 months, 5 to 6 months, okay? And he tells you, get dressed, make sure you look cute. So, y'all go out to eat. The minute y'all pull up to the restaurant, all his family is sitting right there in the restaurant, and you had no idea that you was meeting his family. What is your response at that moment?
I'm not getting out the car.
Listen, you just took the words right out of my mouth.
Mm-mm. Get somebody else to do it. You go play somewhere else. We not doing that.
You know what James, what I thought she was gonna say?
Yeah, I,
I
yeah,
was,
I.
I was, but I knew you was waiting on it, so I had to switch it up.
Yeah, I'm not.
I was
No,
wait.
Switch it
That
up.
facial
no. That's a
expression I
to me. That's
got.
a setup.
That facial expression I got. I was like, "Yep, I'm about to get it." Yeah, I.
No, you
Because
know
this is the
why? Well, I'm gonna let you go, Tweet. I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead.
no. Because like where are we? Like when you put a person in a
That's
situation
what I was
like
gonna
that in
say.
front of the family, it's like
Mm-hmm.
you setting me up. Like
Mm-hmm.
that means basically when you get out of this car, put your game face on. I'd like to choose whether I want to put my game face on for you. Because us women, we know how to put our game faces on for whatever the situation is, whether it be your personal life, your work life, or the um, anything you got going on. But you basically telling this female it's how you say showtime,
All right. So I'm gonna let somebody go. Now I got a
showtime.
part two to that situation. I got a part two to that situation, but I'm
Okay.
gonna let somebody go first.
I see. I don't like those type of surprises. Prepare me, cause I'm a mom, and if you, I take mothers very seriously, right? So it's only been 5, 6 months. If we haven't had the conversation of where we are and what we're doing, if we haven't, if there's kids involved and we haven't done that privately first, there's other things that have to be in play before we have the whole family reunion. And then you telling me to get cute. If I'm going to get cute, that means what I'm wearing, mommy don't need to be seeing. Because you said get cute, we going out. Like you didn't say we was going to meet your parents. Because what I would wear to meet your mother, I'm not wearing to go on a date night with you. Like that's not what we doing. So you just took me out of a whole nother element and you didn't give me time to prepare. And then too, what I've learned also is you're already showing me who you are. You're not considerate of me. You're selfish in a way
Hmm.
because this is something you wanted to do, but you didn't consider how it would make me feel. And that's a big red flag for me. That's a non-negotiable because I've had that in a previous relationship and I'm not doing that. That's why I said get somebody else to do it.
So I need to hear this part too.
All right. So So as y'all are at this gathering, right? As y'all are at this gathering, you y'all done said y'all ain't getting out of the car. Okay, bet. I get that. You see a female that you know is his ex-girlfriend get out the car, and the minute she gets out of the car, she hugs him from his waist, talking about, "Hey, big head, your mom
Yeah.
told me y'all was coming here.
Now, guess what?
Y'all's mama told me y'all was coming here. Let me meet
Right.
this lucky woman. I can't wait to meet her."
Yeah. Mhm.
But it's
Now
gonna be
it's
y'all's
showtime.
response. Exactly. Exactly. So what's your response to that?
That's when you get the yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that's another conversation that we had to have prior because we need to have the ex conversation. Are you still friends with your exes? Is there a possibility that we at Christmas dinner in matching pajamas and your ex is gonna show up too and sit across from me at the table? These are conversations that we need to have prior because you need to prep me for these things because then I could get my tweet on and I could be petty or you wanna keep your exes around? Okay, I got a couple I can um call up and kiki with too. Okay, cool. That's what we doing. All right. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't. No, get somebody else to do it. And at that moment, if I was already out the car and I saw that, I would have politely excused myself, got the key, and I would have sat in the car. Now, if he would have took long to come out the car, or come to the car, I should say, and not take me home, then he would have found himself driving home by himself, and I would have been in the Uber with his number blocked.
Mm. Okay.
So let's
So
read
I
some
got
of
a
these
question for y'all.
Facebook comments. Let's read some of the Facebook
Okay.
comments real quick. So who's got Facebook pulled up?
On your page, where would it be?
Don's page.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
any other time it comes right up.
I'm
All
on your
right,
page.
I'm
Go ahead,
right there
sis.
with it. I can see it.
Okay.
VJ. Hey
Oh, okay, I
sis,
see
how you
it.
doing, sis? She says it's a setup, and VJ said, "LOL." She says she not getting out of the car.
Hey, BJ.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
hey.
not. I'm not getting out the car because you know
She said
what?
it's a
I
setup.
try to. Let me tell you. Let me tell you why I'm not getting out the car. Because you're gonna get two sides, right? I told y'all in the last video. I'm from Jersey City,
Why do we know
right?
where this is going?
And
We know where this
you're
is
gonna get two
going.
sides. So you can either get the sugar sweet side. That's my grandmother. And then you could just get the Jersey City side, and that's my mama. And I'm telling you, you know that song on my mama. That is, I'm telling you, it's true. And I try to remain in my Claire Huxtable space at all times. Okay. And if I get
Not
out the
Claire
car,
Huxtable.
I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be nothing nice. It's gonna be, it's gonna be something else. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be something else out of
There's
this
gonna be
world.
some
I
slow
promise.
singing and flower blanket.
I will bring it.
Yeah, pretty much.
If the
Pretty
burglar
much.
alarm starts ringing.
I'm just
Hmm.
trying to tell you, it's not.
All right.
So to
So,
save everybody.
so I got a question for y'all. What can
Okay.
intimidate a man from dating a woman he's attracted to?
Her finances.
Bingo. How she carries herself.
Why?
I'll let Sheree go first.
Um, her finances because she could make more money than him. And 9 times out of 10, we have a tendency to uh, speak down to our men, our black men. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And we will belittle him if he makes less than us, and that might intimidate him. Or, as we were talking about earlier, in regards to the situation where this lady, I was listening to a podcast, and she says if a man takes her to a coffee date, she already know she's not moving forward, talking to him, and that might be all that he can afford. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Sparkle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning, the Omari, the dude that plays Ghost, he didn't have much money, and he gave her a box, a ring box with like I don't know if he cut it out or he drew it, but it was a
He
picture
cut
of
it
a
out.
ring in the box, and he told her, if you give me time, I'm gonna give you the world. And that's the type of man that's gonna take you out on a coffee date, and that's
Mm-hmm.
all that he can bring. But he's showing up as himself. He's showing up wholeheartedly. He's showing up with the greatest of intentions. But sometimes we get so focused on, the tangible things, we mess around and go get the Mike Epps character. And then when we get our eyes black and blurry, then, we think about that man. And then he turned around and ended up getting himself in a predicament where he could have given her the world. And now she was kicking herself. So I think that's probably why they might feel a type of way, or who your friends are. Maybe they have a lot of money too. Like how you carry yourself, who you're around. Those things might intimidate him.
Now, going
So
real quick, going to the cutout thing, you could just show up for me. You don't need to cut any characters out of anything. Just show up. And I mean, and that's what men I don't think understand. Sometimes it's the really showing up that matters to the ones of who it matters.
Yeah.
Just showing up. It's not necessarily the material things, because what I learned, and this is what I was watching from April Mason, and she was saying that too. She was saying that getting material things from a man that has money doesn't mean anything, because he spends money. You see him
Mhm.
with material things, that
Yeah.
means that this is what he does. He buys
Yeah.
things, he spends money, he does this, he does that. Doesn't mean anything, because he's just doing his normal,
With his normal
spending that
routine
he
normal
does.
yeah.
routine.
His normal
Mhm.
routine, yeah. And whereas a person that you don't see spending money and doing things, when they, make their quality time and they checking in on you, checking to see what's up with you, what's going on with you, they are just heavily involved in you as a person. That doesn't
Right.
have any like money value. That's why, I guess I have difficulty understanding why a man would be intimidated by a female in any for any reason, because it's not about what she's
I
got
think
going on or anything.
I think the intimidation comes from also where I said how she carries herself. Now, the reason why I say how she carries herself can intimidate a man is, let me use you two as an example. Okay, the way y'all carry yourself.
Testing, not too much information, sir.
I'm
The
about to
way
say,
y'all
do us
carry
right now.
yourself.
Come on. Come
Look,
on.
but oh, you see our face got straight. Like, wait a minute
All
now.
right. Wait. Let me
I'm
The
see.
talking on
way
my
y'all
point.
carry yourself is to the point to where a man knows he can't come to y'all playing no games.
Do they?
Right. I know, because I get all
He
the
knows
games.
he knows that y'all ain't gonna accept it. He knows that y'all ain't gonna accept it. Now he might try it, but he knows like, okay, I only got a few times before they get tired of me and they on to the next. Because this is a high caliber woman to where like she can pretty much have a picking of whoever she wants. Now, these other girls out here, we gonna play with them. We're gonna play with them and play with them and play with them, but we ain't never gonna wipe them up. You two are the wifey type to the point to where like a man knows he can't come to y'all unless he's ready to be the husband. That's why a lot of times men will oversell themselves to you all because of the fact they know, dang, I gotta come up here with something because I can't come up here with just my personality. Even though that that ain't all that y'all look at. Like y'all ain't looking at the financial side of things because I know y'all. But a man that don't know y'all, if he was just looking at y'all, he'd be like, They got their own thing going on. Not only do they work, but they got their own business and their mothers as well. Man, I can't play no games with them. I gotta be coming correct. So even though I ain't got it together right now, I can't tell her, yo, let me get it together and wait on me because she ain't gonna wait for forever because another ninja already got it together is gonna come in there
Tell
and swipe her right off of her feet.
But then that's bad because okay, let's use that narrative. Say you do tell us whatever we want to hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we get with you, we gonna find out that you don't have a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out of anyway. So
True.
you should just let us move on and keep that space open for somebody who is already ready, as opposed to wasting our time, both of our time, yours, because you should be using that time trying to get your butt off your shoulders and get yourself where you need to be and not be dating anyway. That's why there's a lot of pee in the pool, because a lot of these people is in the pool and they know they can't swim. Why is you in 9 feet water when you know you can only handle 2 feet? Like, what are you doing? So either way, it's gonna be a lose-lose situation and just more time involved. And that's why I don't really want to involve my children early, because my 4-year-old, he gets attached to people. And I don't want him to get attached to somebody. If I was looking, I don't want him to get attached to somebody and then I find out that this is not gonna work for that reason. And now he's asking where's such and such every day.
right. Definitely.
I can agree with that. But
But
a
I
lot
think
of
the reason
times why oh go on ahead, sis.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
But I think a lot of the times the reason why men will tell y'all what y'all want to hear and not give y'all the truth is because we don't want to lose that good woman because we know what kind of women y'all are. Failing to realize if y'all find out we lying 9 times out of 10, that's gonna push y'all away even more.
Yeah, that's our fault, because 9 times out of 10, the reason why you still here and you don't want to lose us as good women is because us as good women are still giving y'all benefits without y'all having to raise up to our standards.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving wifey benefits to boyfriends,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I wouldn't even call them boyfriends.
That same podcast
It
I was
was
telling you about, the lady said the problem that we as women, this is what we do. We give y'all some without even a basic commitment. We give y'all, it don't have to be sexual, but it could be like cooking for you or doing, like you said, wifely duties without even giving y'all or allowing y'all to even make the commitment of saying, okay, I want to date you exclusively. We already cooking for you when you just, we in the dating space. So
I
that's
think
just like
that's
the why buy the cow when you could get the milk for free type of thing.
Hmm.
that's society, that's social media, that's TV. Like when you look at any of these dating shows, that's the first thing you see the woman doing. It's, inviting the man over to cook a meal for him and make some food for him. And then when he's finished eating, we cleaning up behind him. And then, we are just already nurturing and stuff. That's what, I don't do those things. But, I'm just not. I don't care who's watch. I mean, I just,
She
you
don't, y'all.
gotta,
She don't.
no, I'm just
Tweet's not
not doing
cooking
all.
for you guys. So let's just
Mm-mm.
put
No,
that in
I'm
the
And
just
don't
chat.
not.
even think
Tweet
about
is
asking her
not
what is,
cooking.
Well,
and don't even
tell him,
think about, don't
Don't
think
ask me
about
what.
asking her what is she cooking. That is the quickest way to get hung up on. Fellas, I hope y'all are listening because I'm giving y'all
Oh,
free game right now. Do not
yeah.
ask
What you
her that.
cooking?
Clink.
Why?
You better act
I
now.
mean,
Let
to
me tell you.
me,
Let me give y'all some free game. If you want to get her, the question you should say is, "What would you like to have for dinner?" Let me bring it
thank you,
over.
sis. Thank you. She know. What do you want for dinner? Can I make you something? Let's go get something to eat.
That
Don't
part.
ask me. You put me in a role that I didn't say that I wanted, and I may not.
That is
That's the thing.
hilarious to me.
A lot of men, you know what? Because the ratio, realistically, of single women to single men, the ratio for women is higher. Men tend to think that every woman coming along wants to be domestic immediately to draw him in. And every woman is not some of us have what we call those spidey senses. We got them. We can kind of pick up early on if you're looking for, you know, uh, a domestic
Bed buddy.
partner, somebody to cook and clean for them and help them keep, their situation together. Or if you're looking for a partner for life, if you're looking for a wife or a long term relationship, we can pick up on it. And if she has any strong discernment, it's going to show up faster than you can put your game together. So when you meet a female like myself that's not quickly looking, I'm not cooking you no meals or anything. Don't think, well, she no, she don't know how to cook. No, I know how to cook. I just don't
But
want
I
to
just ain't
immediately.
cooking for you.
Yeah, I'm just not putting myself in that domestic role immediately. That's like men are always saying a female is looking for somebody to pay their bills. So why is it that we can't have criterias of things that we just don't do? I feel strongly about that. So I got a question, y'all. When it comes to dating, do men and women, we'll say, believe in healing before moving on to the next relationship?
No.
It depends on how serious I was in the relationship.
In a past relationship?
Yeah, like it depends on how serious I was. Was this like just somebody I was getting to
If
know?
it's, no, if it's well, I mean, if your past relationship, it could be, a short term relationship, a long term relationship, anything. When do you heal or do you not heal or how do you heal? Because
For me, I've gone ahead.
I think that men and women heal differently when it comes to
I would agree with
moving
that.
on.
I would
So how
agree
does a
with
man
that.
do it?
A man, we're gonna spend the first couple of days trying to act like we don't even remember who you are.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm silly.
Our homeboys are gonna ask us about you, trying to be funny, and we gonna be like, "Who that? Who that? Man, I don't even know who that is, man. Look, I'm on to the next one. I'm on to the next one. I'm on to the next one." Knowing darn well 9 times out of 10 we ain't on to the next nothing, because if it depends on what kind of woman she is too. If it's a
Mhm.
woman that like we really feeling because she's checking off every box and we know we done screwed up, oh, we hurting, and we hurting because we know for darn sure that this girl, this woman, is about to go out there and be all these amazing things to this next
Mhm.
man, and this next man is about to wife her on up, and we're gonna have to sit there and swallow that. We're gonna have to swallow that bullet. So what we do is we will try to we'll try to deny you, but that ain't gonna work. Then we're gonna call your phone just to hear your voice. Even if you don't answer, just hear that voicemail. We're gonna do that a lot of the times. And then last and finally, we just going to finally realize, all right, she don't want nothing to do with me. Now that's how some men handle it. For me, I'm not like that. For me, if it's a woman that I was really feeling, and I know I'm the one that screwed up, right? The first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna accept accountability. I'm gonna text her because 9 times out of 10, if I screwed up, I know she ain't wanting to hear my voice right now. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna send her that text of, "Hey, I know I'm probably the last person you want to hear from right now. I do want you to know that I do appreciate you. I appreciate the caliber of woman you are, and I don't want to lose you on a friendship level. Even if we can't be in no relationship, I would still love it if we could just like still be friends because you are an amazing woman. Now, depending on the response that I get to that text, it lets me know, okay, bet, do I still got a sense or is he done? If I get the thumbs up, I know, oh yeah, okay, yeah. She done. She ain't wanting to hear nothing I gotta say. So at that moment, I know, I bet it's time for me to move on. And at that moment, I'm putting on some '90s R&B or some Motown slow jams, and I'm just listening to
Ride
that
this
all
thing
day,
out.
like in my feelings. Like, dang, I done let a good one go by. I'm letting the spinners talk to me. It takes a fool to learn that love don't love nobody. I'm letting Lenny Williams talk to me. I'm letting Al Green talk to me. I'm letting
Well, you
all of
about to
him
be
talk to me.
depressed. That's what you about to be.
What you say?
You about to be depressed. That's what you about to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay in that mood for a couple of days, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, bet. All right, I gotta get out of this funk. Let me get back on my grind, and let me do what I need to do.
Okay. So, Sheree, women, do women heal?
Um, I think it depends on the severity of the relationship, because a lot of
Mhm.
people feel like if it's like, okay, say for example, it's somebody that you had a situationship with and it was like 6 months, they don't feel like healing is necessary because it was just 6 months. However, you could have invested a lot of energy into that person into 6 months, as opposed to somebody you was with 2 3 years. You could have been really emotionally attached. So I think that every relationship requires some type of healing. Now, how you choose to heal, just like James was saying, um, it depends on you. But I think women, our healing is a little different. Like men, they like to self-soothe and all that stuff. We level up, so we pour that healing into motivation, and we use that to do other things. Like I
Mm.
feel like, okay, we'll do okay, I wasn't if I met you and I wasn't in a certain caliber, let me go achieve this, or let me go do this, or let me go get my hair done, or this, that, and the third. That's how we heal. We elevate ourselves and get ourselves to another level so we can feel
Mhm.
better on the outside, and then it'll pour into the inside.
All right.
I was somebody I know used to always say to me that when a woman is getting over a breakup, that one of the things that she does, she changes her hair color, she cuts her hair,
Mm-hmm.
or something pretty drastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't believe it to be true until I experienced it myself. And I
Yep.
guess us for us women, it's like the new, it's like a new look, something new about ourselves. But us, as far as healing before we get into another relationship or start dealing with somebody else, we don't always heal, but we're gonna go into that situation with something being very different. You know what I
I
mean?
would
It's
agree.
gonna be something about us is gonna be just like she just said, level up. It's gonna be something about us is gonna be different. Because a lot of times us women, when we go through a breakup, regardless of what happened, we start to question ourselves and say, was I not good enough? It may not last for a long time, but we're gonna question ourselves. What was it about us that this
Yep.
happened? Instead of us thinking that, this person, it could have been this person. Which actually brings me to my next question. But yeah.
I got a scenario for y'all. One more
Okay.
scenario. So okay. So you dated this person for a good minute, and the person ended up breaking your heart, like legit breaking your heart. You had went through his phone, found out that he was sleeping with your best friend, and like he was messaging your sister, all that. So you went through that like leveling up, as my sister Sarah said. Few months later, you run into this man, and you got another dude, and this dude comes up to you and tries to like talk to you, and he's like, "Yo, I'm sorry for everything that I put you through. Like, I really would love a second chance with you. You're looking beautiful as ever. Like, nothing in my life has been going right since I lost you. You are my rib. You the missing piece of the puzzle that I've been missing."
Hmm. That's what you
So,
get.
what is gonna be y'all's response?
That's
I'm
what
gonna
you
let
get.
Star start it. I'm gonna let
That's what
Star
you get.
start.
That's my response. That's what you get.
Dang,
That's it.
y'all
That's all I got.
ruthless. Y'all ruthless.
You gonna text my
Um,
friend and my sister? That's what you get.
Like he slept with your best friend and he
Oh yeah,
texted
you
your
get yeah,
sister.
you deserve all that. Hmm.
All
I
right,
don't. I think that
three.
I think if somebody was ever to do that to me, they probably wouldn't even try to contact me again. It'd just be like, no, she ain't. That ain't the
No,
one that
I'm talking. I didn't say he contacted you. He ran
contacted
into
people.
you. He ran into you at a function,
Uh
and he
huh.
comes up to you while you with your dude. Your dude done went to go to use the restroom or whatever.
Uh
He
huh.
walks up to you and he's like, "Yo, you're looking
Okay.
beautiful as ever." Whoopty
Uh
whoopty
huh.
whoop, and
I'm
says all
sorry. Do
that
I
to
know
you.
you? Do I know you?
Dang!
I
I
probably
mean,
would
you
have
might have
laughed
got me
like really
confused with
hard.
somebody
Like,
else. You probably got me confused with somebody else. Do I know you? Oh no, you don't. Okay. Come on, boo. Let's
Dang!
go. Like,
All right, all
what?
right, all right, all right. Before we go on, I want to role play something with my sisters real quick. I
oh
want to role
Lord.
play something, and then I'm gonna let my sister ask his next question she got. But before I do that, go on ahead, sis. Ask the question, then I'll set up the role play situation.
Okay. All right. So I believe it's important to know the person's paternal maternal relationships. Do you feel when do you feel it's comfortable to share or to even ask? You know, if you're dating somebody and you want to know what's the relationship, because I think it's important when you're dating somebody to find out what's the relationship between, you know, their folks and their family. Because ultimately it's going to give you an idea of what you're going to see. We are products of our environments. So we're going to see some of this person. So when do you ask? And as a person, when do you feel comfortable sharing?
When we start talking about having a future together, building a future together, I'm gonna start asking them questions because before I can build a future with you, I gotta know about your past first.
Hmm. Why? Why do you think that's important?
Because what you learned from your past is going to determine what we are learning in our future. Because a lot of times, let's be real, what you have seen in your parents, a lot of times you take it into your relationship, good and bad. Sometimes you take it into your relationship, and sometimes it's unknowingly.
Mm, I like that.
But we're products of our environment.
So subconsciously, sometimes it reappears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, right?
I'm gonna say after we decide that we're moving forward, once we have a date and I'll say a dinner date. Once we have the dinner date and we decide to move forward and we're going to transition to continuing to get to know each other, That's when we have those in-depth conversations, because now at this stage, after these conversations, we can determine on if we're going to be exclusive, because your past determines your attachment style. And for example, like for me, my dad wasn't around a lot, he was in and out. So for me, I deal with abandonment and rejection.
Mhm.
So as my spouse, I'm gonna need you to say what it is and do what you say you're gonna do and show up for me. Because if you don't, that's a trigger.
Mhm.
And that brings me back to a place that I don't like, and that will cause me to pull away. So you need to know that if this is something that you can handle, or is this something that you can't. So when you decide to be exclusive, you already know what I'm bringing to the table and what you're signing up for, and vice versa.
And see, I think it's so interesting you said that because it made me think about something. My situation is more of the opposite. Like my dad has always been and is still in my life. So I think that the guys that I date, I hold them at a high standard and they can't handle that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And to me, it's normal, a man um being there for caring for a woman.
Yeah.
It's like hands down. And I don't understand it when he doesn't understand it. And I don't feel
Right.
the I don't feel comfortable having to explain it because it's like, we know every day there's a nighttime. We know that. So why do I have to tell you that there's a nighttime? Why do I have to tell you that at a certain time
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be dark outside and that you're going to need to put a light on? Otherwise, you're going to walk around in the dark? Yeah, because I don't feel like I should have to tell you that because it's normal to me. So I think that's important, and that was the reason why I asked that question because I think it's important for us to kind of fish around. And I think the most dangerous part about that, like, is when a person, whether this man or woman, is not aware of the situations in their life that play a role in who they are. That's the most dangerous. See, when you know it, you're more aware of it. You can kind of pick up on the fact of why you are a certain way and why you deal with things a certain way. But when you don't know it, I think that's really bad because just like James said, you take in your environments and you going into these different relationships, ruining stuff, and you don't even know why. You think it's them. Meanwhile, you
Or
got
what about the
traits.
people that go ahead?
No, go ahead, go ahead, finish.
I was gonna say, what about the people that, okay, say that's a good example. You telling the person about your attachment styles or whatever the case can be. What about the person who finds this out, right? And then they use that to their advantage.
Because there's gonna be something to do at.
Yeah,
Exactly. So,
very
like,
true.
okay, let's use you for example, tweet, like you said, in regards to your father. What if this person shows up for you in that way? And because it's a tricky thing, because what if you tell him this is what you need? You're basically giving them the keys to putting your defenses down. So now
Mm,
this is what we
good
this is
one.
what we enter in now with the dating space in 2024. They will sit there and gather up all the information
They're gonna
and
collect
use
that
it to
data.
their advantage to get us down vulnerable. And then once we get to the moment of vulnerability that they need, then that's when their real person shows up. And then we hit them with,
I've
well,
actually
you wasn't like
experienced
this
that.
before. What happened?
Yeah, I've actually
Hmm.
experienced that. And I didn't even realize I experienced it until you said it. I was like, wow, that's exactly what happened.
Wow.
But yeah, that's true. So I guess, sometimes we do got to kind of be cautious about when
You
we
just got to take a
share.
chance. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, all right, here's the scenario.
Then
All right, here's the work.
I got another question for y'all, but you let me know when it's good to go.
All right, go, because
You
we're gonna
sure?
close it out with that role play. Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. So ghosting, okay? Y'all know what ghosting is, I already know.
Mm-hmm.
For those viewing that don't know what ghosting is, it's pretty much when the person just disappears with no reason, no nothing. They just kind of disappear. ghosting, what are some of the reasons a man or a woman will ghost a woman or a man that they're dating? James, you go first.
Immaturity, not knowing what they want out of life at that moment, or not having the guts to actually tell the person, yo, what's going on right now? I'm not really feeling it. Or B, not having enough respect for the person to be like, yo, I'm not really in a space right now to be dealing with a relationship. Like, I can give y'all case in point. I've had this happen to me once. Met this girl, me and her was, we met the craziest way, which I'll tell y'all off air how we met. Uh, we finally ended up exchanging numbers. Finally ended up exchanging numbers. And then we talking every day. Everything is cool. Everything is on point. I realized that she liked a certain animal. I sent her a necklace of a certain animal. She thanked me for the necklace. Literally, that was the last text that I got from her.
What?
Mm.
Yeah. I have
But
not heard from her since. She's
Mm,
you
been
know what?
online on Facebook,
mm.
but I have not heard from her since.
Did you hit her up
You
to
need
ask?
listen, bro.
Multiple times.
Do I need to go check her?
Multiple times.
Do I need to go check her? That's what I need to know. Do I need to go check her?
Let's go
Okay.
find out.
No.
Y'all see the
Send the
earring
address so
moving.
we can
When
go get
earrings
that
start
chain back.
moving, that means business.
Forget her. Let's get the chain back. That's what we gonna do. We
Right.
gonna go get the chain back.
We going to collect.
Mm-mm. No, 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 no.
We,
Like,
me and Tweet trying to get chains, and you out here giving chains,
Right.
and then you ain't getting no callbacks. Like, what are we doing here?
look, literally,
I
literally.
love it.
I text her. I've called her. I called her on multiple times. I texted her on multiple times, called her
Oh
on multiple
God.
times, hit her up on Facebook multiple times. Nada. After about a month of doing that and not getting nothing, and seeing that homegirl is online, I was like, yo, I bet I'm
But I'm
gonna
gonna
cut
tell
my
you
losses
from
with
a
that.
person. I'm gonna tell you from a person's perspective that has ghosted somebody before. A lot of time, I'm not gonna say a lot of times because I can't speak for everybody, but sometimes when a person ghosts you, it's because they're trying to protect you. It's not an easy, like for example, if when we go through different seasons in our life, we all go through different seasons in our life. If I know that I'm in a season of not taking anybody seriously, or I know that your expectations of me is not what I'm willing to be, knowing myself, only when you get to a point where you really know yourself. If sometimes when a person ghosts, it's because they don't want to hurt your feelings and letting you know that what, this is not going nowhere. They just can't. It's just like you said, immaturity. Because I mean, when I did it, I was at a point of being immature. I doubt if I would do it now because I'm a lot more vocal. Um, but sometimes when a person does it, we gotta look at that as like a saving grace because it may be something about that person. Like, I know that some men do it when they're dating multiple women and they don't
They
want to
finally
get,
getting serious with one.
yeah, they getting serious with one, or they've lied to one and they know that, that person they lied to is not going to take it nicely, when they realize they've been lied to. So they just kind of disappear to avoid dealing with that. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like ghosting is a good thing. Like I would prefer if I was dealing with somebody that didn't mean me no well, ghost me, leave me alone. Because that time that I'm taking to get to be involved and get to know you, I could be getting over you, you know.
Mm. I like that time I took to get involved with you. I could get over
Yeah,
you.
getting your feelings wrapped into this person, getting involved with this person. If you ghost me, then that's time that I could be putting towards the separation. If you are a person that knows how to detach, and I'm a person that knows how to detach. So I can be getting that detachment thing going and rolling forward so I can get through it and be over it rather than, just getting deeper and deeper into you. And especially if you know you're not right for me, you're going to lag me on, then ghost me later. Don't do that. Start the
Mm.
ghosting process. And a lot of times when a person is getting ready to ghost you, there's things that they're going to do the things that you don't like. Like if you're a stickler for answering the phone, for receiving texts back, for being what's the word? Consistent,
Consistent.
they gonna do some of them things that's gonna let you know that they getting ready to do you wrong. They're gonna do some of them things because they're
That's true.
probably hoping that when they do one or two of those things that you're gonna go about your business and leave them alone first, you know? So
All right. All right. Anybody got any other questions? If not, we're gonna do is little scenarios. We're gonna role play these scenarios. And I got one for both of y'all. And I got the perfect one for both of y'all. So, you know what? So I'm always picking on you first. I'm gonna go with Tweet first tonight.
okay.
So all right, Tweet. We've been dating for about 5 months. I'm that dude that I only call you during certain hours of the night.
Mm, mm,
And and
Her face is beautiful.
when I call you, you already know what's up. You know what I'm wanting. And you finally done got tired of me doing that. So this time you're finally at your breaking point, right? So the role play in this scenario is I'm calling your phone now and you about to let me know like, yo, I'm done. Like it's
All right,
over.
let's do it. Let's do it. Let me get my jack in my hand. Phone,
Mm-hmm.
phone. For those that
Mm-hmm.
thinking about,
Bling, 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 bling.
you gotta
Yo,
have
what
your
up, baby girl? What up, baby girl?
What's up? How you doing? You got your
You
telephone
good?
voice.
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. What's up? What you got going
Hmm.
on?
Not much. I want to see you tonight. I'm about to pull up on you. Is that okay?
Hold on a minute. I had to catch my breath. This Negro said he's gonna pull up on me.
Yeah, I want to pull up on you tonight. Is that okay?
Obviously. Now you still on hold because while you on hold, your mind is supposed to be telling you that I don't agree with this. While you on hold, I'm having a conversation with myself. Matter of fact, I done put you on hold and I done clicked over to call Sheree. Like, girl,
No.
he just volunteered himself a visit. Okay. That's what a no-no is gonna be. So we're gonna roll back into this. Hello?
The crazy part is
Eh,
he don't even think he did that wrong. That's the crazy part. That
None.
part.
None. But we can't even completely blame him because he felt like it was okay
You've
to do
allowed
this. So
it.
he's probably right. He's already done this.
Yes, I've done this on multiple of occasions. So
You
what's
just
the
Right.
still happen
So
to
problem?
be tired.
so
Yeah,
what
yeah.
okay. So this we back online now. Hello?
Yo, what up, babe?
Listen.
So can I pull up on you or not? And I expect food when I get there too. You know what I like to eat.
Let me mute my
Okay.
mic.
o- Okay, so first of all, you know how I don't do the whole pulling up thing. That's
I
number
mean, but
one.
I've done this on multiple of occasions. What's the problem now?
I know we're gonna put those in the past from this point forward. That's number one. Number two, you already know you must be in a bad mood asking me what did I cook. Because if you know me well
I
enough, you
didn't
know that I
ask
don't
you
do
what
that.
you cook. I didn't ask you what you cooked. I said I expect food when I get there. That can mean you could call it in and I can pick it up or whatever. Like,
Okay. Well, no, I'm not doing that. So no. I'm not doing that. Go ahead, start talking, sir. So I can do what I'm gonna do. Go ahead, James. Keep
Like,
talking.
why are you
Click,
doing me like this?
click,
Like, ah,
click.
I
ah,
was gonna
oh,
say the
dang,
fact that he's still on the phone, you too good, because he would have been got the dial tone.
dang.
Oh
Right.
Lord Jesus.
Keyword.
You was
And
on there
then
He
too
I'm trying
said,
to
long for
call the
me.
"I
phone back.
expect."
The part where he said
Go
I
ahead.
expect to
The
have
number.
something to
The number
eat,
you have called. You
we
go.
would have got
The
the yeah,
number you have
I,
called
and then
has
you would have
been
been talking and talk.
disconnected.
Yeah, you would have been
But
talking
you
and
know
talk.
what? Even when situations like that, I don't blame the man. I believe the female, because even if you look at his body language when he was having that conversation,
He
he
was
kind of was
chilling,
giving a
like,
he was chill, like he knows that this is okay. There's nothing wrong with
yeah,
it. I haven't spoke to this female all day long, and it's dark outside, and I'm ringing her phone off the hook.
he gonna pick
We can't
up.
even be mad at him because this is what he's been doing. He was
Mm,
following suit.
mm, mm.
Yeah,
Right? He was doing what,
I've
what
been
was
What he
doing
was
okay.
I
allowed to
was
do.
doing what I've been
Yeah,
doing for the
what he's
longest.
allowed to do. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So, and I think the worst thing about that is how he was dealing with this female. He's gonna roll on to the next female and think that
And
that's
die.
okay.
Yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna die.
You know, he thinks that it's okay. And the reality of it is this is true. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of men tend to think that all women are the same. You know,
Hmm.
every female is looking for somebody to lay with, and especially if she's single, that's all she need is a body.
yeah.
Yeah.
Body yada 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 yada.
Right, body, yada, 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 right. And that's not true. A lot of us women, times are changing. This is not the era of I'm gonna buy you the drink in the club and you mine for the rest of the night. That's like the 90s. It don't happen like that no more. A lot of those women that have got drinks bought from and they belong to somebody in the club, those females, they've
I'm
got their
married
hearts
now.
broken, married, or they just, I don't know, I'm not even gonna say where they at, but they've had that experience so many times and they see it doesn't win, so they either turn into a revolt against it, and they're like, I'm not even interested in talking to a dude anymore, or they've decided that I'm gonna be a man eater. For those that
Dang.
don't know what that term is, those
Woo!
females, a man eater, those are the ones that have had so much wrong from a man till they just looking to see how they can capture you, devour you, and spit you back out so that you can feel everything that they've ever felt.
That's that Delilah
So
spirit.
yeah, exactly. So
All
that's
right.
why, what you gonna say, James?
Nothing, nothing. I like the way that you handled that at the end, though.
Mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm.
because you gotta,
Nah, she was on the phone with you too long.
yeah. But
You would have
but
been got.
that's the
You
thing
would have
about
been
it.
got the
Like,
clip.
would that still be the response to a dude that you've been doing that to for so long? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
You
true. Because, like you said, this is what's been allowed. And like
It's
he said,
normal.
you
So
just decided today that you were tired of it.
right. So honestly, I couldn't even really do it like that. If I was doing it for a while like that, I can't just be like, okay, he's like, okay, this chick, she's bipolar. She's not what's happening with
Mhm.
her?
Mhm.
There's got to be some type of draw up to that. You got to let them know a few times, like, listen, I know what happened in the past. I'm not digging that no more. So, you
And
know,
my thing is, what was the deciding factor that caused the switch? Because if this is something that
She
you've
done
been
got on the
allowing,
phone with you. She done got on the phone with you, and you
oh,
done told
oh, okay,
her.
yeah, okay,
You
yeah, all
done
right,
told
no,
her.
but
get somebody else
sometimes,
to do it.
but
Yeah,
sometimes it takes a female to be alone and realize, it takes that alone time to realize the fulfillment, or to go through something and realize that she needs more from this person than what they given. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You go through
true.
something. Sometimes when you go through something is when you look back and you realize that the people that you think you meant more to, you really didn't. And so she may look at it like, okay, this is a dude that calls me up on the late night and he does this on the regular all the time. But now I got this situation going on, or, I got this that I'm dealing with, and this person is not there for me the way I would expect to, because I've allowed this person to believe that all we got is a late night phone call,
Rendezvous.
co-
Yeah.
rendezvous type of thing. You know what I mean? So now you switching up the game, but
Or maybe
True.
that was the last withdrawal that made her emotional account come out empty, like a bank. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
mm,
If you continue to withdraw from me
And you're not
without
putting nothing
depositing
in.
nothing, eventually you're not going to get anything back. So maybe
yeah,
that
that gets
last
old.
encounter was the last one where she has nothing left. Like she probably felt after that, like, this
Hmm.
is all that I'm good for to him, apparently. Like, he don't call me during the day. He only calls me every Friday or when it rain or whatever the case may be. Or even that, like, because you could have people that even call and do the things of a spouse and then still don't want to be in a relationship with you. They'll still call you and check on you and spend time with you and do all the things. But then when you ask them about a relationship, oh, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
But then I think as a woman, her job is to, sometimes you have to do that self check, do that self care thing, and check to see if this is not what I want. I gotta go. Because a lot of
Facts.
us women start to think that the dating pool is so messed up that we got to do with whatever we being served, and
Yeah.
you don't. Sometimes what you need is not going to look like what you want.
That's good.
Sometimes
And
what
maybe
you
your
need,
man ain't even in the pool. He probably in the jacuzzi. So
right?
you in the wrong
Okay,
atmosphere anyway.
yeah, yeah, that's real right there.
That's good. I like that. All right. So, sorry, I'm about to give you yours. Oh, I
Don't
got a
call me
good
on no
one for
phone,
you.
James, because yeah, I got one for you too. Come on.
Oh Lord. Okay. Okay. Bet. Bet. All right.
He said, "Oh Lord,
All right.
You
So,
sound like an old country preacher. Oh
oh
Lord.
Lord.
oh Lord, Jesus."
Oh my
Oh God.
God. Oh my God. All right. All right. So here you go. Sorry. All right. So you had been going through my phone,
Oh yeah, it's me. Go ahead.
and when you went through my phone, you found some things that was very incriminating that you did not like.
Okay, be
And
specific.
you found some naked photos in my phone that other women sent me,
Of you or a female? Oh,
a
okay, a woman.
females.
Okay, go ahead.
And you found photos that I sent back to them women. You found out that them women have been inside of our house. And so you done found all this information out, and it's now morning. I'm in bed asleep.
This
What would you do?
morning.
Exactly, in my Kelly Price voice. So what would you do at that
Mhm.
moment?
I'm gonna make you some grits.
Ah, heck no. Uh-uh.
Hmm.
All right. So, all right. We'll
Yeah,
both play in that situation. I wake
we're
up.
gonna have a nice breakfast,
I wake up. Dang, baby. What?
and
Food is smelling good, baby.
it sure is.
Thank
You're
you.
gonna it's
Thank
gonna be
you.
right there for you. It's gonna be breakfast in bed, and
Thank
then
you,
I'm gonna
baby.
turn that thing over in your lap
Ah, babe, why is this? Why'd you do that for?
because you need to be burning down there because you obviously wasn't burning when you was messing around with them things.
What are you talking about, girl? Like,
Wait, oh wait, time out. Are we married?
Yeah, we
Or are we
married.
boyfriend and girlfriend?
We
Mm.
married. What are
Okay.
you
Yeah.
talking about? What are you talking about? You always whipping. You always whipping, and you letting that New Jersey side come out of you. Like, stop playing. Stop playing.
Ah.
Bring back my
So nine
sweetie
times out
pie.
of
Bring
10,
back my sweetie
so,
pie. Bring
so
back my
nine times
sweetie
out of
pie.
10, I done screenshotted all of the information. So me being me, the person that I am, I'm gonna have the breakfast for you. It's gonna be on like a little platter, and next
Mhm.
to the bowl of grits is gonna be the receipts. So before you can even say anything to me, it's gonna be a printout of your conversation, your body parts, and hers. So you
Babe,
can't say nothing. I'm just
babe,
gonna
that
tell
ain't
you to
even
explain
me.
this.
That ain't even
Oh,
me.
that's you, because I know what you look like. That's you. So you
My
might as well
homeboy
call her
sent
to
them
tell her to come
photos.
get you. Tell her to come
That
get you.
My
that's what they
homeboy
say
sent them
too.
photos though. My homeboy sent them
Yeah,
photos
okay.
though. That ain't
Yeah,
even me.
all right. Tell her come get you.
Baby,
Because if she
it
don't
ain't
come get
supposed to
you,
come
the
get me.
coroner's gonna come get you.
When it's
So
cold
one of the two,
outside,
figure it out.
girl, who are you holding?
Look, look, baby, come here, like stop playing. I would try to
No,
put
ain't
my
gonna be
arms
none of
around
that.
you. I would try to put my arms
No.
around you.
Mm-mm.
So that you forget.
Mm-mm. Ain't gonna be, ain't gonna be none of
Mm-mm.
that. You ain't gonna
All
be that
right.
close. Cause you burning right now. That bowl of grits is on your lap.
Oh dang. Yeah. All right. So give me the one you got for me. Come on.
No, no, I didn't have a scenario for you. I just had the reaction for you. I was ready for you.
Hmm.
I didn't have a scenario for you.
Mm. But no, like I like that. I like that. You didn't even give me a chance to explain myself or nothing.
No, I
It's
like
a,
receipts
None of
because
that.
I've dealt with liars. So usually 9 times out of 10, and this is a little tidbit for men. 9 times out of 10, if we ask you about a thing, we already know the answer. So
Hmm.
you could do one or two
Very
things. You could
true.
tell me the truth. You could tell me the truth, and I respect you telling me the truth, and we can deal with it because you told me the truth. But when you lie and I already know the truth, you're one, insulting my intelligence, and you're two, unlocking a beast that you've never seen in your life. So
okay.
therefore, it's better for you to tell the truth.
All right. So let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. Let's rewind that. You didn't find nothing in my phone. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
just come to you and I'm man enough to tell you, babe, I gotta be honest with you. I haven't been 100% faithful. I haven't physically cheated on you at all, but I did emotionally cheat on you. And I'm sorry, baby. If you give me another chance, I promise you it's never happening again. I'll do whatever it takes, even if that means changing my phone number. You are the most important thing to me.
This is getting good. Sheree, this is your part.
Yeah, so what are you
So this
doing at
is
that point?
the question becomes, what caused the emotional cheating? Was it something that you were not getting from me, or is this just a character flaw within you?
It wasn't you. It was the fact that, since we've had the kids, um, I've been going out of town a lot, traveling for business and stuff like that. And back in the day, you could travel with me, and you was always right there by my side. And these last couple of trips, you ain't been able to go with me, and I got a little lonely. I'm not gonna lie. Now, that don't make it right, but I just wanted to be man enough to tell you because I didn't want you looking at my phone and finding out nothing like, yo, baby, like, yo, I ain't got nothing to hide. Like, I'll
Dawn's
be
face,
honest with
I
you.
can't.
I'll be 100% honest with you.
Got my tea finger, sipping my tea.
So, what is your response to
So
that?
then that okay, so then that would have to be a situation where we would have to talk to a third party like a counselor. because now the
Mm.
trust has been broken.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a reason, a specific reason why I can't come with you. And you know this reason. So you were a part of that reason why I can't come with you, i.e., the kids. So now it becomes you're gonna have to do one or two things. You're gonna have to find another job, or you're gonna have to travel where everybody can come to.
I like
Because
that.
what makes me think after you say you're not gonna do it anymore, you'll change your number. You changing your number has nothing to do with you still leaving the house. The trust has to be the trust has to be what's the word reactivated, and that's going to
Mm-hmm.
take a while
Mhm.
because now you've put me in a mental space to go on a tangent. Okay, he's lonely. Maybe I done had the kids, my body changed. Maybe this, he's not attracted to me personally. It could be all the things, right? So now we have to have a third party to come in and try to figure out the root of the problem, because it's not just me not showing up for you, it has to be something else.
I agree with that. I agree with that. So okay, I'm gonna give y'all one last scenario and we done for the night. One last one. So let's say your man is out with his boys. While he's out with his boys, y'all are saying locations on your phone. It's the night before y'all's wedding. So he's at a bachelor party with his boys. Y'all saying locations though. His boys take him to a strip club for one last hoo-wah before he gets married. Do y'all got a problem with that or no?
I don't. I mean, I don't, but I feel like for that man, he should logically think that if you are celebrating going into a life of monogamy, you going to a strip club before you go into that lifestyle is not going to be a healthy thing to do.
Mm-mm.
Like why would you go to a strip club right before you get married and you're choosing to be monogamous? That doesn't make sense to me. But if that's what he wants, I mean, and I would tell him that, like, oh, that doesn't make sense to me. But if that's what you want to do, it means to celebrate. Because to me, it sounds like you going out to for your friends to have a good time, or for them to
Well,
watch you ruin your life because you going out to do something that you will no longer be able to do, and everybody's gonna be woo having you having a good time, but they laughing at you like looking at you like you sure you ready for this? I mean,
right.
I don't see the point of it. But if he wanted to do it, then hey, I'm not here to change nobody. I can only love you where you at.
I agree with that. So,
For me, I would want to have a conjoined situation, because that's just the type of relationship that I'm trying to build. We would have a co-ed situation, and like Dawn said, see, we think about stuff differently the way men think about it. We're thinking about it as, like you said, that was so profound. Like, you're prepared, you should be surrounded with logical men. That's the strike one. He's not surrounded by logical men who will hold him accountable enough to say, okay, you've made this commitment, you've made this decision, so we're not going to put you in a space that could or could not trigger you. When we know you're about to walk into monogamy, we're not going to put you in the lion's den for the opportunity to risk or ruin your future. But we think like that. Men don't think like that. Men just think, oh, it's just fun. It's a strip club. And 9 times out of 10, the people in the wedding party, they're not thinking of the person that's getting married. They're thinking of their fun. Usually, the
Hmm.
person who's in charge of the bachelor party or the bachelorette party, They choose people that they would like, not the person. Because you see a lot of things on TV where they be like, they hire these strippers or whatever, and the other person is not even attracted to them because they're
Hmm.
doing what they want. If the party is for them, that's why I said I would
Right.
want to do something co-ed so it could be a celebratory event for us, not for them.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I would agree with that, y'all. So y'all, we pray y'all loved. It's a vibe tonight. We are
We
coming back.
did.
We are coming back. We're coming back strong. We definitely enjoyed tonight's discussion. Tune in next week. We're doing a little something different. We're gonna have a little fun. Next week, we are doing we're gonna have a great discussion. But join our discussion next week in the comment sections. We are going to have a music battle from our playlist of Motown,
Old
like
school.
old school. Like we're gonna do it
Hmm.
in different categories too. Now you're not gonna know what's playlist is whose. All you can go by is the playlist
The
that you see.
playlist itself.
Yep.
Hmm.
It'll be like playlist one, playlist two, playlist three. All three of them are gonna have all three categories in it. But in the comments, y'all get to pick what playlist y'all rocking with. Which I know is gonna be mine. So y'all, we pray y'all enjoy tonight. We love y'all.
I don't know about that.
And I'm gonna let my sisters have their final remarks. And tune in to the podcast, which will drop at 10 o'clock tonight. Tune in.
So before we roll out, we want everybody to go over to our Facebook page, which
Oh
is after.
yes, thank you, thank you, thank
Yes, go over
you.
to our page
Gotta
because
keep
that
them in
is where
line. Keep them in
we're
line.
gonna that's
Thank
where we're gonna
you.
have a lot of our lives. We're also going to tell them Sheree about the questions.
Questions? I'm having a blonde moment.
Okay, so you can't be doing my thing having blonde moments. So
We tag team. We
we're gonna
switch.
we're gonna do we want everybody to go over to our page, which is After Show Vibes, the Facebook page, and we
It'll
are
be in the
going to.
comments. I'm putting it in there now.
Okay. And what we're also going to do is we're going to allow, y'all can hit us up in there and put questions or topics that you want to
Oh
discuss.
yes, 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 yes. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that
Yeah.
that you want to discuss in some of our live videos. And it was something else that we talked about that I can't remember what it was. But
Oh, so
anyway,
Hey,
we was talking about like different segments of the show. So um if you have a topic that you would like for us to discuss, I don't know if we'll do once a month or twice a month. We'll do viewers choice
mm-hmm.
and we'll
I
choose
like
your
that.
specific topic to talk about. So that means you have to watch to see if we choose the topic that you choose. And then if you have questions that you want to specifically ask us, that you want us to talk about, we can do that too. So connect with us,
and
y'all.
mhm. And if you submit a topic to us, you will remain anonymous. We we're not going to say who the question or the topic came from. We will say that the topic came from one of our viewers or the question, that'll give you an opportunity to ask questions. We prefer if y'all ask questions here in the live so that way we can address it immediately, but otherwise
Mm-hmm.
that's how we'll be doing the topics. And that's
Yeah,
it.
because they might want advice or something. So if you want it anonymously, you can, always direct message us or whatever. And we'll make sure to keep it anonymous because that might be something like domestic violence. You might want us to talk about that or something very triggering. And they don't want people to know that they've endured it themselves personally. So yeah,
So
quick
anonymous is an
quick
definitely.
option.
quick disclaimer, we don't do any disrespect or to any sexual orientations or religions or any of those things. So don't send us any messages, something derogatory, because it will get deleted.
Amen. And click on that link in the comment section, and it will definitely take you right to our Facebook page, which is right there. Also, we do have an email. to where you can email us. If you have anything that you want us to talk about, it is called a show vibes at gmail.com. A show vibes at gmail.com. Definitely hit us up. Let's talk. We would love to talk with you. We would love to work with you. Let's connect. If you got something that you want us to promote on our show, let us know. We'll work with you and get that done. So tune in next week. Like I said, we got a great one for y'all. Also tune in to Tweet Talks. Tune in to our Sister Away's podcast.
So,
The
What
so
is
Blemish
before we
Beauty
roll out, let's
Blemish
Podcast.
Beauty?
Blemish Beauty. Okay, so everybody just give everybody, let everybody know your podcast, your personal podcast, so everybody can kind of hit it up.
I started with y'all, ladies first.
Oh, I'll go first. Okay, so once again, Cheryl Renee. I am the host of the Blemish Beauty Podcast. You can follow me on all major platforms. The Blemish Beauty Podcast airs every Monday on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. And that's a Monday motivational podcast, 10 minutes or so long, just to start your week off with some godly conversation and wisdom.
Amen.
Okay. So my podcast is called Tweet Talks. It's tweet with the talks Z at the end, and it's available on all major networks: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all major networks basically, also as well as YouTube. And pretty much our shows come out every Monday. And we talk a little bit about life, love, and current events, a little bit of everything. So y'all hit that up also.
Mine, I have Will Talk Monday, REAL Talk Monday, which we have a great conversation coming for y'all next week on Monday night. We definitely have a great one coming for y'all. I have The Godly View, sisters and brothers. The brothers will be on tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube and on our on different Facebook pages. Definitely tune in and watch them. Also, we have a word from the Rev podcast that will be dropping on Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on every major podcast station and on YouTube. And also stay on the lookout. There's definitely some great things that are in the talks, and we will be releasing more details on that very soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. Definitely excited about what God is doing in the future. So, y'all, as we always say, sometimes our disappointments are nothing more than God's appointments, meaning some things that we're looking at is bad. God is only turning it around for our good. Stay blessed, and be a blessing to someone else. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Peace.